Okay, so Megan Thee Stallion on Tory Lanez during emotional testimony. I wish he would have just killed me if I knew I had to go through all this. Breaking news. Women would rather die than be held accountable. I'm not going to give my opinion on this. I want you to stitch this and tell me what you think.
So happy and thankful that you're the type of man that wants to work hard so that I don't have to. She said those words to me and like, bro, I melted. I was like, oh my God, that's like music, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, that's the best thing I've ever heard in my whole life. I was like, you have no idea how many girls would say the absolute opposite, that they would never admit something like that, or they just wouldn't feel like that. They want to do their own thing.
I love that he's like, yeah, pursue your hobbies and things that you're actually interested in and passionate about. But when we have kids, I would love if you stayed home with the kids. And she's like, heck yeah, I'll stay home with the kids. Are you kidding? Yeah, you go and do the work and I'll do that. What a great video. Let's read the comments. The #1 comment is, this is such a red flag. What? What? And 15,500 people said, yep, that is a total red flag. The fact that a man wants to go work as hard as he can to provide for you and your children while you stay home and just take care of the household, that's a red flag to you?
Mistakes that keep guys single.
Listen here, gentlemen. You take fishing advice from the fisherman, not the fish. Oh my God, is he comparing us to fish? It's an analogy. Relax.
What do you do if you're out on a date with a girl and she's looking at her phone? A lot of you guys mess this up because a lot of guys, what they'll do is they'll just kind of ignore this behavior, or they'll be extremely rude themselves, okay? Instead, what I want you to do is I want you to simply say this. I just want you to say, hey, is there something important that you need some time to take care of?
No.
Okay, and that should be enough. If she doesn't put away her phone after that, then you've got a problem. Now at this point, if she still is on her phone, if you say, is there something important that you need to take care of?
No.
Okay, because I just keep on seeing you look at your phone. I thought maybe there's something important. And then if she's still doing it at that point, you just say, hey, it seems like you're kind of busy, and I think that maybe we should just do this another time. And then just take the money to pay for the check, put it on the table and say, have a good night.
Why is that a red flag?
Wait, what?
It's kind of giving jungle fever.
What? She asked if you've ever been with a black woman before. He says yes, and that's a red flag. Bro, she gave him one of those questions that no matter what answer you gave, she would have been mad at it. It's one of those bullshit questions. If he said no, he's never been with a black woman, she would have then said, oh, what's wrong with black women? You don't like black women? You don't like any melanin? And now that he said, yes, I've actually been with a black woman, oh, that's a red flag. Why are you getting with black women? Is it because you got jungle fever? Bro, she's fucking weird, dude. Like, what kind of fucking response was that to that question?
What's something you'll get a lot of hate for if you say it out loud?
Some women justify rejection from men by just coming up with the conclusion that, oh, he's just attracted to men, that's why he doesn't want me. Or, you know what, men aren't really attracted to women, they're really attracted to men.
What's your body count?
What?
What's your body count?
Ooh. Body count? Ooh. 260, I'm not gonna lie.
260? Oh, that's real. That's kind of cap. Stop lying to me.
No, not your...
Yo, you almost said it, boy.
I did not interview men for the first 4 years of my study. And it wasn't until a man looked at me one day after a book signing and said, I love what you have to say about shame. I'm curious why you didn't mention men. And I said, I don't study men. And he said, that's convenient. And I said, why? And he said, because you say to reach out, tell our story, be vulnerable. But you see those books you just signed for my wife and my 3 daughters? I said, yeah. They'd rather me die on top of my white horse than watch me fall down. When we reach out and be vulnerable, we get the shit beat out of us. And don't tell me it's from are the guys and the coaches and the dads. Because the women in my life are harder on me than anyone else. So I started interviewing men and asking questions. And what I learned is this. You show me a woman who can actually sit with a man in real vulnerability and fear, I'll show you a woman who's done incredible work. You show me a man who can sit with a woman who's just had it. She can't do it all anymore. And his first response is not, I unloaded the dishwasher. But he really listens, because that's all we need. I'll show you a guy who's done a lot of work.
If she's going out, it's a deal breaker for me.
Huge red flag. Same
That for me, it's a deal breaker.
I totally agree.
Why is that a deal breaker? Is it because it makes you insecure?
It has nothing to do with insecurity. It's
What
just
is it?
this is a dream world hypothetical scenario. Girls really don't be hitting up guys like this. Would you be okay with your long-term monogamous partner going to a nightclub, bar, or party type environment where throughout the course of the night he's going to get approached, flirted with, and sexually pursued by numerous attractive women, some of which are more attractive than you and could potentially be a better partner than you, and these women are buying him drinks, getting him drunk, and enthusiastically want to sleep with him that night and steal him away from you? You're going to tell me you'd be okay with that?
No, not with that. Definitely no.
So you can see how this can be a little contradictory, because none of you would be okay with it, right? But then you say guys should be okay with girls going out all the time.
We were receiving criticism for saying like it's a deal breaker if a girl's regularly going to clubs without us. That situation that he just described, that you guys wouldn't be okay with happening to your boyfriend, that happens to women all the time.
Think about it. Woman
Which
getting
is
hit on.
why we're saying we're not okay with our long-term partners putting themselves in situations like
and that's
that.
A lot of you all are not going to like what I'm about to say. You're not going to like it because a lot of you all like her, but you only like her because she's very good at what she does. What she does is capitalize off the insecurities and the pains of men to make us feel seen and heard and understood by her, make us feel like she genuinely cares for us, make us feel like she's different. She's not like those other girls. But let me be clear, all of this is simply a character. Everything she's posted, everything she's ever said has been one big ad for her IG, and her IG is quite literally just an ad for her special site. A lot of you all have fallen for it, and this makes me sad, but I don't blame you in the slightest, because it's not someone's fault when they get manipulated. All I'm doing is coming on here and saying, please don't get manipulated. Please see her for who she is. She probably doesn't care about you. She just wants to make money off you.
3 compliments.
Shit. 3, love your hair.
Thanks.
And your glasses.
Thanks.
And yeah, I like how you're matching. You got the purple, the blue.
Thank you.
Looks
Cap is but W cap.
just got back from the When We Were Young festival.
Damn! Are you serious? You garden gnome Bill quick to press the button right now. He gave you 3 smooth compliments.
I feel like his compliments were based just on my physical appearance.
Bitch! What? He doesn't know you. He can't go off anything but your physical appearance. Are you... What helmet did you wear when you went to school?
You know, specifically on TikTok, I see a lot of unbothered, but bothered, because we all know that you're bothered, women that will come into the spaces of these passport bros. They're not bothering any of you. They're just talking amongst each other, making content about how they choose to go overseas. You guys, however, even though there's no discussion, no opinions needed, no discussions warranted, you guys will bring your bothered asses into these spaces and talk about how unbothered you are when we know that you're bothered. One of the trendy things that you guys like to do, because it's happened a couple of times on my page, you guys will say things like you want to set up a GoFundMe page for these passport bros for people to donate so they can hurry up and go overseas. But I haven't seen one of you guys start it. Put your money where your mouth is and start a GoFundMe page. I'll be waiting.
I predict in the next 5 to 10 years, many men are going to say, fuck the U.S. Many men are going to say fuck real estate, fuck buying homes that, you know what? It's going to take me 30 years to pay off this motherfucker. So I start at 30, I buy my home, I'm going to be 60. Who wants to be 60 and have their fucking home paid off? Guys, start thinking about these lies that civilization has told us. Get a good job, get an education, all this bullshit. Get in debt, get fucked up so you can't travel. Have kids, get put on child support. Bullshit. What you want to focus on, man, is getting your fucking passport, saving up your money, and starting businesses overseas. It's greater over there. Yeah, especially in places where it don't have any taxes. You have all these tax loopholes and shit. Fuck the U.S.
You being the size of Lizzo, or you being the size of a fucking NFL linebacker, is all you think I deserve? I busted my ass in school. I'm now making 6 figures. I'm now a great man. And this is all you feel like I deserve? You looking the way that you look, you acting the way that you act, this is all you feel like I deserve? When it's a bitch in Brazil on her knees every day praying to God for a man half of me.
Why are men so offended by women who do not want to date poor men? Like, I'm sorry.
Ma'am, I'm going to say this with love and respect and kindness, but you're 38 years old. 38, closing in on 40, talking about dating people still. You're lost. I focus on my 401k because obviously I'm going out this bitch dolo at that point.
I came back home, turns out she cheated on me and also got pregnant with that guy's child.
Do you think there's anything that you could have recognized earlier on?
Definitely, I think it was because I noticed some red flags and stuff like that. Like personality just hit a whole 180, but I think I didn't want to like believe it, so I was trying to drown myself in work. Yeah, 2020 was not my best year, so.
Never ceases to amaze me. And that's why this is the single greatest piece of digital media. Right there. This guy's pouring his heart out. Yeah, she cheated on me and then she got pregnant with the guy that she cheated on me with, and she's gonna have a kid. Sob story. Get out of here. Oh, I feel bad for him.
I hate women that don't like men. I hate that shit. Like, when you become so ultra feminist that you minimize men and their role in society, their role in the family dynamic, that's when you start losing me.
If men have had many sexual partners before they get married, they're more likely to cheat. But the more sexual partners a woman has had before marriage, the less likely she is to cheat.
I've read tons of research on this topic over the years, and I've never come across anything that supports what she's saying. More to the point, however, the research in this field is worthless. Take a couple of hours, keep an objective eye. You can find literally dozens of different views and basically come up with some research that will support any stance you want to take. So an objective person can look at all this varying research, then step back, look at the world around them, and just apply some common sense. Anyone that promotes the idea that one gender is worse than the other, that really is toxic, and you need to avoid these kinds of people. People like Wendy Walsh. She's constantly pitting women against men, and men are bad, they need their testosterone lowered, and so on and so on.
So their testosterone goes down and society becomes more peaceful.
It's celebrated in Western society to exploit men financially. But if a guy like me comes in and says, yo, play the same game that they play, and you exploit them without giving up the money and you bang them, oh, you're a toxic misogynist. You're a jerk. You're an asshole. Blah, 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 blah. All I'm saying is this. The game has changed, and I'm telling you guys how to play the game with these new rules, because chivalry is fucking dead and women killed it. So I'm teaching you guys how to be the asshole. The fuck boy that they want to talk shit about, oh, he's a jerk, he's an asshole, the bad boy that they, try to shame, but they bang on the side. I'm teaching you how to be that guy, because I see that the game has changed. We live in a deregulated sexual marketplace now, okay? That means the girls have 100% selection on who smashes and who doesn't, okay? They have all the cards. All I'm telling you guys is for any type of wiggle room to play this game and win, you gotta play by the same set of rules that they do, which is what? Not giving a fuck what they think and you playing it for your win, okay? No Birkin bags and all this other sucker shit.
Who has it harder in dating, men or women?
Women.
Women, 100%.
Women. No offense to you guys, but there are not that many quality men. I feel like there's more quality in women versus quality in men. Not a lot of guys, like, they don't have the standards or the expectations that women have when it comes to relationships.
See, I think it's the opposite. I think they're more into the money and they want like the glamorous. Look, like let's say you're making $60K a year, but the next guy making 100. Oh, she'll drop you like that for the next guy. Easy. I'm just saying.
That's horrible. No.
It's the truth.
No.
That's what I see.
Date well within your tier. I don't think that there's such thing as a girl being a gold digger. If you can't afford her, you can't afford her. That's basically it.
Derek Jackson divorcing his wife. When I talk about how pick-me's don't get picked.
Wait. Are you defending Derek Jackson and attacking his wife as a pick-me? If y'all are unaware of who Derek Jackson is, he is like the original simp. Or at least the first big social media personality who advocated for that type of behavior. Like years ago, he gained a huge social media following by pretty much just telling women everything they wanted to hear. You know, things like if your man don't spend all his money on you, he obviously doesn't love you. If your man ain't buying you presents every day, he obviously isn't good enough for you. Shit like that. But then it came out that Derek Jackson was a serial cheater. Like he wasn't just cheating on his wife with one woman. This man was pulling a Tiger Woods. I think at one point, more than 5 women he was cheating with told his wife about it. Like dude was banging as many of his fans as he could. And you're choosing to attack his wife? What?
Can you imagine? What do you bring to the table? And the guy's like, this. Women would be like, so who pays the bills? And what does your car look like? And what kind of job do you have? And are you going to take care of the family? And do you know how to like fight? Like if I was in trouble, like you're going to protect me? And they'd have a whole list that you'd be checking off. He'd be like, well, you can barely keep up. And they're just like, this. No, this does not make a high value woman. It doesn't. There has to be more to you than that. And it's not this and I'm the CEO of my own company, because they don't care about that. We already told you that. So you can care about it. You can be proud of that CEO title all you want. But I'm telling you straight up, a guy would rather have a kind, loving, supportive, respectful woman that works at Arby's than have a CEO that's a nightmare to live with, that isn't supportive, that isn't respectful, and that doesn't care about him really.
For my boys, Instagram just threw us the wildest oop ever.
I'm just gonna be that person, bro. If she wasn't replying to you, sliding in her DMs in the first place, or you swiping up on her story, what makes you think she gonna reply to them notes?
Don't ever put women on pedestals, but you can put her above other women. Women like to feel special. That's like the princess fantasy. It goes back to kind of being the beach. Now I'm his princess, I'm his girl. Women know when men have options. They know that. Women can tell when they're with a man, when they're around a man, where you know what, this guy, he has his pick of girls. He has his pick of women. He has abundance that way. They know that. And they also have that desire, and this is sort of like the bad boy fantasy. Well, maybe with me it will be different. Maybe with me I'll stand out above all the rest. So I'll phrase it this way. Men, within the sphere that we talk about, we forget that women have their own world. Women want to stand out. Women compete with each other. They compete with each other in beauty, on intelligence, who's the best girl, who's the girl that's most liked. It's all a popularity game of queen bees and wannabes. Women have their own competitions that way. So to get the attention of a man that they look up to, and that man is the affirmation of like, oh wow, I'm really special to him, that's the ultimate desire. That's like the whole world to them. That means a lot. Women always want attention from strong men. Always. That never changes. So if you can be that man for her, good. If you put her above other women, wonderful. She's always going to be attached to you. If you put her above yourself, well, now we're back to the square one problems.
Man, I feel sorry for it's women that are really posting that he shouldn't be embarrassed. Meg should be embarrassed because she the finest woman that he ever been with. This bitch is not all that. Beat it, sister. Imagine if you was in his shoes, bro. This bitch, let's keep it a whole buck, y'all. This bitch went on national television in front of the world and told every human being on planet she didn't let that man crack. He been walking around like, yeah, man, that midget ain't hit my girl. Fuck you talking about? She like men with 6 figures who over 6 feet. Yeah. Whole time that garden gnome been beating this girl doonies in, cramming them buns. And his goof ass just going with the flow. She probably telling him about the baby. Like, how the fuck he could, how he gonna let Tori on his stage? We supposed to be cool. We just did a song. And, babe, get on his fucking ass. You gonna let him say this about me? Get on his ass. The whole time the baby done beat them buns in too. Yeah, he fucking embarrassed. Y'all over here talking about Shisha. Beat it, sister.
Here's a controversial topic for you. The reason why there's way more successful men than women in business isn't because of patriarchy. You see, the other day I put up a video showing few men that I admire in business and who I look up to and I think people should listen to more. Which, of course, caused the stir with the feminazis and said, where is the women? Where's the girls? You know the girl's girl. Co-worker has put it in words perfectly what the reason is. We listen to men for business advice because they don't sugarcoat it. There is no poor me. It's legit. Here's why you're not successful. Fix it. I am legit going through my favorite books and podcasts, and pretty much all of it, it's men. Because every female I followed was some sort of story of being a mom running a business and being a woman being disadvantaged. Some sort of suki intro. Whereas men are like, here's what's wrong, here's how you fix it, don't be a pussy.